Welcome the anointed ones. The most dangerous person alive is the one who no longer seeks permission to exist. These chosen ones are not simply going through life. They are actively dismantling the walls that society has built to confine them. The truth is, people are often terrified of what they cannot understand or control. When someone steps beyond the limits of convention, it sparks a mix of envy and fear in others. But guess what? You are living rent-free in their minds. They're frantically scrambling, trying to figure out how to control or escape your presence. And the irony is, you don't even have to fight back. Your silence cuts deeper than any verbal assault. Your very presence commands attention, and your glow is a reminder to them of the darkness they are stuck in. Let's be honest. Watching them try to flee is almost too satisfying, isn't it? At the core of your power lies an energy that is unpredictable. This is what makes you untouchable. People can't predict what comes next when they encounter you, and that terrifies them. One moment, you're calm, focused, working diligently towards your goals. The next, you are a storm, destroying every obstacle in your path as if it were never there. This isn't chaos. It's calculated unpredictability. You move with such sharp purpose that it slices through every expectation others try to place on you. They can't pin you down, and that frustration builds within them. They don't know whether to fear you, admire you, or stop you. The truth is, they cannot predict your next move, and that is the essence of your strength. While they are busy preparing for a fight, you are already building something much greater. Your energy shifts, adapts, and evolves to meet the moment. You show up when it matters most, in ways no one expected. This keeps your haters on edge, but it's not just about being unpredictable. It's about surprising even yourself. You push limits and step into places others wouldn't dare to, while they stay safe in their comfort zones. You, on the other hand, are out there setting the world on fire. You are the wild card in a world full of rigid rules, and this is exactly what makes you unstoppable. They've never seen anyone like you, because people like you are not supposed to exist. Yet here you are, living, breathing, a paradox that keeps everyone on their toes. Whether they love you or fear you, they simply cannot look away. You defy labels, and that is where your true power resides. In a world that thrives on categorizing people, on putting them into neat little boxes, you are the exception. You are too dynamic, too multifaceted, too complex to fit into their one-dimensional definitions. This unsettles them. Labels give people comfort and clarity, but you are an enigma impossible to solve. One day you're breaking the rules. The next you're rewriting them altogether. You laugh in the face of expectations, doing what feels right instead of what's convenient. Your refusal to conform is a threat to their very sense of security. They need you to stay in one lane because it's easier for them to deal with. But you are not here to make anyone comfortable. You are here to grow, to evolve, to stretch beyond the limits even you once thought possible. Their confusion is not your burden. It is proof that you are playing a bigger game, one that goes far beyond their ability to understand. What makes you dangerous is that they cannot predict you. You are not a single thing, not one-dimensional. You are everything, and your consistency is rooted in your relentless growth, not in meeting their standards. That is what frightens them. People fear what they don't understand, and they will either try to label you or run from you. Either way, it doesn't matter because you are too busy living authentically to care about what box they want to shove you into. You are uncontainable, and that is your greatest strength. Your comebacks are ruthless, and that is precisely what sets you apart. When life or your critics try to knock you down, you don't simply get back up. You rise with the force of nature itself, stronger and more determined than before. It's not about revenge, nor is it about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You don't waste time wallowing in pity or making excuses. Instead, you transform every setback, every insult, and every failure into fuel for your rise. While others remain stuck in their defeat, you are already planning your next victory. You don't engage in unnecessary arguments or try to explain yourself to those who doubt you. Your success speaks for itself, and that silence is deafening. It lingers in the minds of your haters long after you've moved on. What makes your comebacks so dangerous is their calculated precision. You don't act out of anger or desperation. Every move you make is deliberate, and every victory is a testament to those who underestimated you. That is the kind of silence that rattles them to their core. You are not just a survivor, you are a force to be reckoned with. The most dangerous comeback. Not just returning, but transforming. What truly makes your comeback remarkable is not simply that you returned, but how you did it. You don't just bounce back, you undergo a transformation. There's a truth that others cannot handle. Nothing can break you. Not their negative opinions, not their attempts to sabotage your success, and not even your own past failures. Every time you rise, it serves as a warning to anyone foolish enough to stand in your way. Your comebacks are not merely about survival. They are about domination. You don't just recover, you thrive, and that is what makes you unstoppable. Each time you rise, you become stronger, more formidable, more untouchable than before. You prove to the world that no obstacle, no matter how daunting, will ever keep you down for long. This relentless drive, this unyielding spirit, is what sets you apart. Your resilience is not just about enduring. It's about transforming adversity into your own victory. And that is the ultimate power, the ability to rise, not just to survive, but to rise stronger than you were before. Intimidating with authenticity. The power of being real. You intimidate with your authenticity, and that's what makes you dangerous. In a world where most people wear masks and hide behind facades, you show up unapologetically as yourself. No filter, no fake smiles, just raw, unfiltered truth. This kind of honesty is a rarity, and for many, it is utterly terrifying. It's not that you are trying to be different or stand out. You simply refuse to be anything other than real. Your authenticity isn't just noticeable, it shakes people to their core. It forces them to confront their own carefully constructed facades, the lies they tell themselves, and the insecurities they keep buried deep within. When you show up fully as yourself, you disrupt the fragile realities they've built around pretending to be something they're not. Your presence alone challenges everything they've come to rely on, and while you don't aim to make anyone uncomfortable, the truth is that it is inevitable. What makes you so dangerous is that you don't seek approval from anyone. You refuse to bend to fit into spaces that don't align with who you truly are. This freedom to be yourself, this courage to exist without apology, is what others find so intimidating. Most people don't have it, and they resent you for it. They envy it, they fear it, and at the same time they try to avoid it. Your rawness is magnetic to some, yet repellent to others, but regardless of how they react, it doesn't affect you. You've realized something they haven't. Real power lies in living your truth. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone, because by simply being authentically you, you've already won. You've become the standard. Your authenticity makes you untouchable, unforgettable, and undeniable. A threat to mediocrity. Challenging the comfort zone. You are a threat to mediocrity because you refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. While others are content with good enough, you are out there chasing more. You reach higher, you break barriers they didn't even know existed, and in doing so, you expose their complacency. For some, this is a bitter pill to swallow. Your very existence serves as a constant reminder of the untapped potential they've chosen to ignore. When they see you striving, building, and thriving, it forces them to confront the truth. They've stopped trying. They've made excuses, telling themselves it's too hard, too risky, or simply not worth it. But then you walk in, living proof that their excuses are nothing more than fear disguised as logic. Your ambition stings because it lays bare the quiet truth they've been avoiding. They're not putting in the effort, and they've given up on their own dreams. But here's the thing, you don't do it for them. You don't chase greatness to make others feel small. You do it for yourself, to push the boundaries of what you are capable of, to prove to yourself that you can achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. If others feel threatened by your drive, that's their issue. Their fear of failure is what eats them alive, not your ambition. You're not just ambitious, you're unstoppable. And for people who have settled into mediocrity, your energy is a force they can't reckon with. They despise it, not because of who you are, but because it serves as a glaring reminder of their own unfulfilled potential. Your mere presence challenges them to look at themselves and realize they've become comfortable with less. Weaponizing pain, turning adversity into strength. You weaponize pain in a way that leaves people stunned. What would break others down only sharpens you. Pain doesn't have the power to destroy you. It becomes the fuel that drives you forward. Each setback, each betrayal, each disappointment adds another brick to the fortress you're constructing. It's not that you are immune to pain. It's that you've learned how to use it. You've turned what others fear into your greatest ally. When life knocks you down, you don't just get back up. You rise stronger, smarter, and hungrier than before. Every challenge, every hardship, becomes an opportunity for growth. You've transformed pain into your greatest teacher. It's no longer something to be feared or avoided. It's something you embrace and learn from. You understand that pain, like everything else, is temporary. It will pass, and what remains is the strength you've built from it. While others may crumble under the weight of adversity, you only grow stronger. This ability to turn pain into power is what makes you unstoppable. You don't let the tough moments define you. You let them refine you. And that makes you a force that no one can stand against. Your resilience is not just a reaction to hardship. It's a strategy, a deliberate and powerful choice to rise above and become the best version of yourself. And that, ultimately, is what makes you truly dangerous. Embracing struggle, the fuel for your ascent. Every challenge you face is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone, a vital part of your growth. People watch, waiting for you to be crushed by the weight of your struggles. But instead of being stopped, each hardship propels you even further. They see you stumble, and momentarily they think it's over for you. But what they fail to understand is that your setbacks are nothing but fuel for a fire that burns even brighter. Your resilience terrifies them because it's unshakable. They can't figure out how you keep going when others would have given up long ago. Each time you refuse to be defeated, it forces them to confront their own limitations. In you, they see what they lack: the ability to endure, to adapt, and to thrive. This is what makes you so dangerous, because they know they can't break you, no matter how hard they try. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It sharpens your focus, deepens your strength, and fuels your ambition. While others allow it to paralyze them, you channel it into action, transforming it into power. That's why you are unstoppable. The harder life hits, the more dangerous you become, because for you, pain is not the end. It's merely the beginning of your next breakthrough. Redefining the rules. Crafting your own path. You redefine the rules because you refuse to accept limitations that don't align with your vision. While most people follow the path laid out for them, you question everything. You see beyond the surface and recognize that the rules were created by people no smarter than you. And if those rules don't fit your ambitions, you are not afraid to break them, or, even better, rewrite them entirely. This isn't about rebellion for the sake of rebellion. It's about building something greater. You don't reject the system because you want to prove a point. You do it because the system is outdated, ineffective, or simply not designed for someone with your level of ambition. You see gaps where others see walls, and instead of accepting what you're handed, you create your own blueprint. This kind of disruption terrifies people because it challenges their sense of order. Most people are comfortable following the rules, even if those rules keep them stuck in mediocrity. But you're dangerous because you don't just follow the game, you change it. When the system doesn't serve your goals, you find another way, and in doing so, you show others that the limits they've accepted are nothing more than illusions. It's not about disrespecting tradition, it's about evolution. You're not afraid to challenge the norm because you understand that growth requires change. While some may view your approach as audacious, deep down they know you're right. By refusing to accept the status quo, you're not just carving a path for yourself. You're setting a new standard for everyone else. This isn't rebellion. It's leadership. Silent power, the strength of presence. You are living proof that power can be silent. You have mastered the art of presence. When you walk into a room, everything changes. Not because you are loud or demanding, but because your aura commands attention. There is a quiet intensity about you that makes everything around you feel more focused, more purposeful, more alive. You don't need to say a word or make a grand entrance for people to notice you. Your very presence shifts the energy, and that, in itself, is a powerful force. What makes this kind of power so remarkable is that it doesn't rely on loudness or dramatics. You don't need to force your way into conversations or assert your dominance. People are drawn to you naturally, as if magnetized by your energy. They subconsciously adjust to your presence and instinctively respect your space. This kind of silent power is intimidating because it's rare. Most people feel they need to shout, compete, or prove themselves to be heard. But you've learned the truth that real strength doesn't need to be advertised. It simply is. It's a quiet confidence that leaves a lasting impression long after you've left the room. While others are busy trying to be seen or heard, you've already made your mark. You've taught the world that real power doesn't need to scream. It whispers. And in its silence, it commands a respect that nothing else can match. An unreachable vision, chasing the impossible. Your vision is unreachable because your dreams are audacious, so bold, so vast, that they push the boundaries of what others believe is possible. While most people settle into their comfort zones, dreaming small and playing it safe, you are thinking beyond the horizon. Your goals aren't just big. They're massive, untamed, and beyond the comprehension of those who can't see past their own limitations. To them, your ambitions are like a distant galaxy, out of reach and impossible to fathom. They can't even begin to grasp the scale at which you are operating or the depth of possibility you're chasing. You're not just trying to succeed in one area, you're reshaping entire industries, redefining success itself, and building legacies that will outlast you. You're creating a future that doesn't even exist yet, and because they can't see what you see, they are forced to look at you with a mixture of awe and fear. Your dreams aren't relatable to those who are afraid to take risks, who are comfortable in their predictable, safe worlds. Your vision doesn't fit into their neatly packaged boxes, and that discomfort is exactly what makes them uneasy. But to you, that's the point. You don't dream for validation. You dream because your potential knows no limits. You see worlds that others can't even imagine, and that is what makes you a force that they can't quite grasp. The fact that your vision seems unreachable only fuels your drive to make it happen. You're not intimidated by how impossible it seems to others. You're driven by the challenge, the thrill of knowing your dreams will always be too big for the world around you. While they doubt, you are already creating the future. Attracting, not chasing, the power of your energy. You don't chase, you attract. It's not just that opportunities come your way. It's that they can't help but gravitate toward you. Whether it's people, possibilities, or even enemies, they find themselves drawn to your energy, whether they want to or not. You've become a magnet for everything that aligns with your mission and purpose, and that kind of pull is impossible to replicate. What makes this so powerful is that you don't need to hustle or beg for what's yours. You've realized that the best things don't come from chasing after them. They come when you show up as your most authentic, powerful self. Your energy is so magnetic that it attracts the right people and the right situations into your life without effort.